Hi, how is everyone? Good morning. I'm here at 11 a.m. in New York. I'm coming live from New York. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. You can tell I have a burst of energy. I slept 10 hours. Boy, I was excited. I'm excited. I was exhausted yesterday. I was super tired. I don't know. I think it might be, was there a full moon last night or is there one tonight that might have taken some kind of energy out of me? So this morning, we are covering topics like digital walkout, keep the cash, last fight left, and grassroots awakening. I know I've been flipping the schedule around, and so I've been doing evening and daytime on Wednesdays. Next week, there won't be any daytime. But just bear with me. I'm here. I'm solidly here. I'm firmly here. I'm grounded in the earth, and I'm basically here to shift away darkness, guide you to your truest potential, and crack open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. And I am Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. Are you feeling like I've been feeling a little bit more, I guess, susceptible to getting sick or feeling run down? And it's that time of year. As you can see outside, I still think it's a beautiful day but it is a little bit foggy out there. But when you go outside, the temperature is 50 plus. So go figure. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I have been, working in the matrix. And when you work in the matrix, you have to kind of come from more density, because you are taking away a lot of, or adjusting, I should say, to lower vibrational. And there's a lot more anger in the matrix, hate, seriousness. I mean, come on, we were born here, incarnated on this earth. Let's have some fun. Let's break free from the chains and let's climb out of the matrix and let's enjoy our world out here, this beautiful nature that exists. You look outside the window, even if it isn't the most beautiful day with the sun shining, there's always someone complaining about the weather, isn't there? Do you find that when you're meeting up with people or individuals out there in your community, someone's always got a gripe about the weather? It's nasty, it's icky if it's raining. Well, you know what? Guess what? The trees and the wildlife need the rain. And so I'm okay with it. And I can't wait for our first snowfall. I hope that comes soon. But if you have woken up this morning and you just feel like you tune into your heart and you say, I just don't feel great today. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. You have to know that it's not surprising, because in this moment, there's so much shifting going on, and you might feel a little uncomfortable and not used to it, because there is very many frequencies coming onto the earth, and there is good and evil that's in their last battle. And we're going to get into the last fight left. And what is going to happen beyond the last fight, when we've just completely thrown the matrix in the trash and evil has disappeared, I should say, diminished. I know they've been trying to exterminate us. I spoke about depopulation. They're trying to exterminate this civilization because they want to begin again and have more control over us. And we also spoke about China and how in China they were rising up. They didn't like that they were put in these little white buildings and kept under control in China. And then they were dragging people out of their living rooms because they weren't getting the medicine or they were sick. We all have freedom and sovereignty. We must rise up, and we're getting into that today. So digital walkout. What is digital walkout? I'm saying digital walkout and keep the cash. I don't think we should give in to this digital, because with a flip of a switch or pressing a button, You can very well lose all of your monetary, I guess, wealth, your currency, your money. And so, what is digital walkout exactly? It's about saying no. It's about keeping the cash, because we won't have any power if those powers that are in control of us, that are dominating, the leaders, the organizations, the CEOs, can just flip a switch and you lose all of your money that you've worked so hard for. And then it's gone like this, and then you have no one you can call or contact. Have you ever contacted customer service? Have you ever picked up the phone and tried to call someone now? There's not very many people out there that are going to answer your phone call. Very rarely. Most of the time, it's a robot voice. It's some kind of gizmo that is repeating over and over the same information. And then you keep, it says, dial this number, dial that number, and you circle back. It's up to you. This is completely up to you. If you choose not to give up your cash, we have a chance. If you give up your cash and you say, okay, there's no more coins, there's all of a sudden, out of years and years, hundreds of years, all of a sudden, we have no coins left. It's ridiculous. It's made up. It's because they're not giving out any more coins, because they're trying to take away our cash. And who is actually benefiting from digital? Well, electronic technology that stores and processes data, physical communication media that transmits information electronically, is digital. It conveys data as electronic signals of varying frequency. Digital technology, satellite modem, are used to convert digital information in your computer. So digital has been the top objective of many organizations and businesses. They believe that this is the way to go. It's going to be superior, it's going to be efficient, and it's going to enhance your business quality. We've experienced these changes, haven't we? I just mentioned, what happens when you dial someone customer service? You hear a computer voice. There's no person. It's a system. And maybe it says, go to the website. The website will help you. And then you get this little digital, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm John. I'm Joe. I'm Cynthia. And then they're talking to you. And then you say, has this been of help? No. Most of the times it's no. Digital is not helpful to us. It's artificial. It's man-made. We are the best thing out there. We are organic. We are natural. And this is the way to go. So let's say no to digital, and let's keep our cash. So they're taking some steps. They're communicating via the cell phone, computers. All of our communication is through the cell phone or computers, and they've removed the human factor. And by removing the human factor, it's taking away all the personal aspect of it. You don't feel as though anyone's really listening. Do you sense that when you're dealing with a computer that no one's listening? When you have customer service, no one's listening. They don't care. You're just a number. It's just digital. They don't care. They really don't, because they don't even know about you. So the digital world, digital forms of payment, tapping your phone when you go into a business, tapping your phone, you are basically building on this whole digital. And eventually there won't be any cash left, because everyone's going to be doing this tapping on their phone when they make a payment. And what will happen? If they choose, all of the leaders, whoever's in charge of whatever country you live in or organization you're with, can literally take away all your money like this. And you'll have no one to contact, because I just shared with you, when you contact customer service, what happens? There's no one there. It's just a system. So I'm suggesting that we do not accept this. So let's move away from all of this control and actually take back our power. So if the leaders, the organizations, the businesses choose to take away the last bit of power we have, it's available to them. It's like we're handing it over, like here we are. It's like we're handing it to them on a silver platter. Here, take us. You're going to own us, because everyone values money so much. They value their currency. They value wealth. So if it's all gone like this because they don't like something you said, you're not following the masses, you're not conforming, you're going to lose everything. Be aware of this. This is in the future if we're not paying attention. So businesses choose to take away the last bit of power that we may have that's available. Digital currency is payment from digital transactions. So no physical payment. I keep my cash. Keep your cash. Money like assets managed and stored on computer systems. That's where it is, in some computer system somewhere. You can't physically see it. With your cash, you could see it. Oh, here, I have $1. I have $5. Here's my check. But with digital, you're out of luck. When they take it, it's gone like this. Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever had, what is that called? Fraud, where they take somebody uses your card, or they make up a fake profile? That's all done digitally. That's where we're going here. So be aware. So digital IDs will take away our sovereignty. So not only is there digital currency, but then there's this digital ID. Have you heard of this digital ID? Which means your personal information will be stored in your phone. And that means that if someone gets into your phone, or they get in there, they can wipe out your digital ID, or they can take it, or they can own you. They can say, oh no, sorry. Wait, let's see. Imagine going to get on a plane and someone messed with your digital ID, and they say, oh no, you can't go on the plane because we didn't like what you did or said. And they take away all your power. That's where we're going. So wake up. So you will have your power removed. So let's ask ourselves, who do we trust? Who do we trust? I've said before, we should never trust a car salesman, a lawyer, or a politician. And who are we trusting? We're trusting the car salesmen, the lawyers, and the politicians. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. It's just like following the media. It's like watching the news. You ever watch the news and you're like, oh, this is scary. There's so much bad stuff going on. Oh my gosh. And I might die. And what is all that doing to you? Have you become addicted to, like, you might die? Oh, well, this might kill me, or that might kill me. We want to get away from all of that. That's negativity. We want to just embrace ourselves. This is all we control. We can't control what's going on out here. So make your own choice. Have discernment. Digital ID is information used by computer systems to represent a person. It provides computers access to mediate relationships, and they're stored in your phone. They're stored in your bank account. It's a collection of personal information. We will only be a data point or a number in the future. Do you realize that? Let me say hello to everyone out there. Hello. Anyone who's joining us, where is everyone today? Hello. This is what happens when you change up your schedule. So my schedule today was at 11 o'clock, not 7. And everyone's waiting for me to come on at 7. And here I am. But that's okay. Because whoever's out there, whoever's joining us, I'm just okay. Because I'm Grassroots. We're going to speak of Grassroots Awakening. Because I'm here to awaken the masses. And I also know that my algorithms get messed with. So maybe my algorithms are messed with today. So we will only be a data point. When you have digital ID, you will only be a data point. You will just be like a little number somewhere. No one's going to take you seriously. You won't even count. And so we must protest against digital ID. Do not get rid of cash. Continue using cash. Object to digital. It's your choice. It's all your choice. These are suggestions I'm making. I'm not saying it's a must, it's a have to. Let's go to nature. Let's spend more time in nature. Let's get out there today, whether or not it's a beautiful day, you call a beautiful day. I say any day is a beautiful day, regardless of the weather. And so let's get out there. Let's spend some time in nature. Let's bring light into our lives. So your money, your currency will be taken if you do not follow orders. That's in your future. We are robots. We will be taking your cash from you. That's what will happen. And so let's wake up the 8 billion out there, the sleeping beings. Hello, welcome to the fifth dimension. Are you awakened yet? And so let's awaken them from their slumber where you've believed they must follow. It's their choice to be living in the matrix. You know, I'm not living in the matrix. Sometimes I visit the matrix when I go to the shopping center or I go to my job. It's a job. Is it my passion or my purpose? No, my passion and my purpose is here to speak to you. That's my passion and my purpose. It's painting a painting. It's spending time in nature. Maybe it's exercise one day. That's my passion or purpose. What's your passion or purpose? Have you come up with your 5 humongous goals? What are your 5 humongous goals? Because we must be checking them off. And from our 5 humongous goals, we realize and recognize our destiny. We begin to have more clarity about exactly who we are. We were born here. We were incarnated on this new earth, Gaia. And we knew in our hearts who we were. As small children, we were like, oh, everything's beautiful. Everything's lovely. And then we were crushed, and then we were shoved into these systems. So let's wake up the 8 billion. Wake up. Wake up, sleepyheads. It's time for you to realize that there's another reality. Hello. It's like the first time I ever did this. That's what's happening. 0, 0, 0, 0. Where is everyone? Hello. Wake up. Everybody wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Please wake up, everyone. I'm sending you some hope here. I'm asking you to come out. Come out right now. Come out. Everybody who's out there, please join me. Where is this? It's not even on here. That's weird. Here it is. Here, I'm asking you to wake up.
Here it is.
I'm actually going to try to see if I can get this to go on Twitter, because I don't know where everybody is. It's so strange. This has literally never happened to me. Is this a glitch in the matrix? It's a glitch on my YouTube. All right, so we're going to wake up from our slumber. Everyone who's believed they must follow, it's their choice to be living in the matrix. Fear keeps them, addiction keeps them, needing to be liked keeps them. You know, it doesn't feel so good when you're told, oh, well, you have to just do what they say. Do what they say. You want to be liked. I don't care if I'm liked. I don't care. There are over 8 billion. There's over 8 billion in the population. And the country's leaders, representatives, all the country's leaders, representatives, the elites, the CEOs, that doesn't even make up 1% of the global population. So we're going to dump them. We're going to get rid of them. No more pay or perks for them. We're going to tell them to go packing. And so let's add on to the pharma who fill their bank accounts with dead bodies and release them to their chosen deity, which is their God. They have this God that they're following. So they're all committed to depopulation through death care and ending pregnancies and medical treatments and stress. And so we are going to become our own advocates. We are going to advocate for ourselves. We do not need them to exist. Freedom is the one thought away. So let's believe that we can do it. Let's wake up the masses. And let's allow the light to come into our hearts and have a mystical experience or a Kundalini awakening. Anyone who's out there, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. There are dark forces. So there is evil that is trying to harm us, our children, these secret societies who worship the devil. They don't care. They don't care about you. So just be aware. That's what we're dealing with. And we do have the last fight. This is the last fight. And maybe that's why no one's joining me, because everyone's awakened. Let me remind you of the 9 ranks of angels, because I believe angels are celestial beings of light, and they come from the heaven to earth to protect humanity. And they're immortal, and they're non-gender, and they're messengers, and they're warriors of God. And so there's the seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, powers, principalities, virtues, archangels, and guardian angels. And each of us have a guardian angel that is with us from the time that we were born. And if we sense as though we're having a hardship, if we're in a place and we feel as though we're lost or we're confused, we don't sense that there's anyone out there that is like-minded, someone that we can turn to, that we feel as though they understand us. We can ask, we can pray, we can ask for angels to spend time with us, to be in our presence. And if you do have an angel come within your physical reality, maybe you'll see an angel orb in a video that you're in. That's happened to me. Maybe you'll see a feather. That'll be a sign of an angel. Maybe there'll be duplicate numbers like 1111, 1111 they say is an angel number. Maybe you will see on license plates. That happened to me for a very long time, that I thought, okay, I have synchronicity here because this my birth date. I kept seeing my birth date. And I know that we might feel as though and sense that there's angels are in our presence. We might feel a tingling on the top of our head or a brush across our face. I've been hearing this sound in my ear, my right ear, and I know that, as you ascend and you awaken, you receive these ascension symptoms. And one of this is ringing in the ear, but this is a separate sound. This sounds almost like, I say, a flapping of wings, like there's angels in another realm that are flapping their wings. And maybe they're in this realm and we just don't realize it because we can't really see all of this in physical reality. We only can see 1%. We might sense something in our presence. Have you ever sensed something when you've gone to someone's home and you say, oh, I don't really want to go in there. It makes me uncomfortable. Or you shy away from a certain location because you can sense there's some kind of negativity there. It's the same with goodness. If you tune in, you can sense that there's goodness around. You can sense that there's angels. There's angels out there and they're here for us. So just be aware of that. And I love this painting. This is a famous painting. This is a portion of it. And these are angels and they're holding each other's hands. And they've come together and they come together in a circle. And I've begun doing these videos 5 months, 6 months ago. It's almost 6 months now. And I spoke about, a circle of light and spreading light across the globe. And I'm spreading light to you, and then you spread it to someone else. You pass the light. And so I had this visual in my third eye, because my third eye is activated. In my mind's eye, I had this visual of angels, and they were holding hands, and they were in a circle, and they were dancing. So this is it's called Angels Dancing in the Sun by Giovanni di Paolo, an Italian painter. And it's beautiful. And just keep that in mind, that you're not alone. If you feel as though you're alone, you're not alone. I'm here. I'm staying here. I'm coming to you live every day, Monday through Friday. I've been coming either 7 p.m. or 11 a.m. And now it's going to be 7 p.m. again tomorrow night. And so I'm just reminding you to tune into your heart, tune into love that's in your heart. And if you tune in today, you woke up and you tuned in and you said, I don't really feel so good. You can ask yourself why. You can ask yourself, why don't I feel well today? Why don't I feel well today? And maybe it's because of all the frequencies that are coming on the earth. Maybe you feel that you've been shaken up. Maybe you have awakened and you almost have this identity crisis that you're going through because you don't know you don't know how to quite handle your life. You don't know what's going on anymore. And maybe your personality is beginning to come online and you realize that there is another reality that you can begin to, I guess, focus on and learn all about. And so let's get on to last fight left. It's very interesting that I don't have, it's so funny that this is happening today. So the last fight left, it's the ultimate end game. The last fight left is the ultimate end game, the final battle between good and evil. So it's the last stand. That's where we're in right now. And everything is shifting and goodness is coming onto the earth more and more. And people are being awakened. So the last stand defending divine radiance against the evil satanic cabal. So there are fake leaders out there. There is a contrived media that's reading from a teleprompter and they're paid programming. All those commercials are paid. That's an advertisement. You're a consumer. You're the customer. So remember that. It's not like someone's doing you a favor. People don't really care about you. Those that are out there don't really care. Maybe a mom cares about a child. Maybe you have some friends that really care about you or a loved one. You might have some family members. But mostly those out there, they don't even look at you twice. You're just a blip. You don't really count. So just know that you must find your personal power within. You want to come from your root chakra down here, down at the bottom of your spine, and you want to pull up all of your energy and bring it forward. Bring it forward. And know that you have that within you. You have your sacred being of light. So doomsday, havoc, devastation, that's all made up from fear. Let's live in the light. Let's breathe love into your heart. Let's allow love to come in. We want to come from a place of authentic. We don't want to pretend. We don't want to say, oh, I'm fine when we're not. We want to get through everything that's bothering us, all of our traumas, all of our triggers. If something's going on with you, look it in the eye, embrace it. That's how you'll come out the other side. You'll go through a portal. You'll go into the portal of light. That's where we're headed. Because when we all reach the light, we're all going to be communicating telepathically. We're all going to be coming from a place of peace. We're going to come out of our homes and we're going to hug each other. There's a big shift going on right now. So we're going to breathe love right into our hearts. It's our advantage to see this truth beyond the curtain. We are at the finale. This is the finale we're living in right at this moment. This beautiful finale. It's exciting to live through. The end of the matrix that's going in the dumpster. I can't wait. I can't wait. Although I say that it's an experience that we're living through, so we understand. And they say, if we understand, then it won't happen again. Because we've allowed this. We were taught, oh, don't you want to be liked? Don't you want to be liked? Then if everyone else is wearing those pair of sneakers, then you should be wearing those pair of sneakers. If everybody else is doing this particular activity, you should be doing this particular activity. And then it's promoted. Well, who's promoting it? Is it real? The linear world of structures, the truth lies in every one of you. All of you have everything within you. We're here we are not meant to follow others. We are not meant to be a conformist. We're meant to express ourselves, come from a place of authenticity. You are a genuine being of light. Do you have a heart and soul and life within you to master your own mind? And as I've said, I know that we can see all of our thoughts. If we imagine in front of us each thought that comes out from our minds, each thought carries an emotion, it carries a feeling, and that is how we are able to receive and send thoughts to each other. You have a thought and you express that, you say it to yourself or you think it, maybe about seeing someone or knowing someone or asking someone to contact you, and then they do. It's because they heard you, because your thoughts are powerful. They carry a vibration. Everything that we do matters. So let's let go of this totalitarian government. We are not here to be squashed like a bug. We are here to express ourselves and to be authentic, and we are sacred beings of light. So don't give up your freedom. It's all your choice. Let's begin again on the new earth. Here we are in this earth, and we are going to allow everything wonderful to happen to us. It's all about acceptance. The nature, the elements, the creatures, the living beings, the children. So let's protect the weak and let's love ourselves. Let's love ourselves. As I've said, if you haven't activated your third eye, maybe place some gemstones. I suggest amethysts on your third eye, which is right between your two eyebrows. And when you activate your third eye, you're capable of clairvoyance, you're capable of claircognizance. You're able to connect to another realm, receive information. You have a knowing. All of our clair senses are about a knowing that we have within us. We're receiving information from an outside source, and it's coming through as an impression. An impression might be a mental image. It might be something that we hear. And it sounds a little bit in the distance, but you feel as though it's very vivid. You sense that it's real when you receive information through your clair senses. And that's where we're all headed. We're all headed to a place of extrasensory perception, aren't we? And extrasensory perception is going to be a way that we speak mind to mind. And my thoughts are shared with you, and I won't have to sit here and talk about it. You'll just hear it coming from me. And anyone who's vibrating at the same frequency as I am, when we're in the light, will hear me. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? I'm excited about it. So Grassroots Awakening. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe. It's been a very quiet morning at 11 a.m. And I know I've been changing up my schedule, and I appreciate anyone who's joining us. But you know what? That's just what happens when you work in the matrix. You have to change your schedule up. So Grassroots Awakening. So it's a feeling of the truth. That's what it's going to be all about. We are right now, anyone who's joining me, anyone who's joining Living in the Light or watching some other YouTubers out there, it's very difficult in this day and age to be hearing about this on mainstream, on your regular channels, because that's all owned and operated by the elite cabal, by these leaders that are in this place of dominance and control, and they have all our power. So we kind of have to sneak in here, and I'm sneaking in here, and I'm talking about subjects today that maybe those in power are like, shut her up, because I'm speaking of digital walkout, keep the cash. And I already mentioned, keep all your cash, because guess what? With a flip of a switch, they're going to take away your power. They're going to wipe out your bank account if you say something or do something that they don't like. And guess what? When you get on the phone to call someone and say, hey, well, my money's gone, what are you going to get? A voice, a system. It's going to be a computer. No one's going to be answering your phone call. They're not going to care. That's the purpose here. It's about having power. So we want to keep our cash. I'm suggesting keep your cash. I'm also suggesting take away that idea of digital ID. All of your information in your phone, and then they can mess with that as well. Heck no, we're not doing that. So we also mentioned the last fight left. We have the last fight going on right now. It's the finale. It's when evil completely leaves the earth, and all of us, the advanced beings, the organic, the natural, not the man-made, not the artificial, that's going to be gone. It's all going to be gone because guess what? We've risen up. We're rising up every single moment, and we're going to protect the weak, and we're going to love ourselves. The only way to battle evil is through love. So the more love that you allow to come into your heart, the more love that you allow to come into your life, more compassion, more hope, more forgiveness, the more that you're going to rise up, and we're going to send away evil. Because where does evil exist? Evil is existing in all those sorry looking individuals out there that are wearing the bizarro outfits, that are praying to the satanic devil and all this other garbage, the clown world that's out there. Evil is grasping onto them and holding onto them and using them. So we have to be aware of this. We have to have discernment with everything that we choose in our life, because it matters. When we give away your power, you really are giving away your power. You have so much within you. You are strong on your own. One being with one thought is very powerful. You can shift away the darkness. So we're beginning again this new civilization. So welcome to the 5th dimension. You're one of the first timeline arrivals. Here you are with me. And so we are having right here in this moment. We are creating. If you want to come to this moment, you want to release any negativity, then you want to say, okay, where am I right now? Well, there's a couch. Here's a desk. Here's my mug. I'm speaking here. I'm in this moment. In this moment. In the Matrix, it's December 7th, 2022. It's Wednesday in the Matrix work week. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Don't you want to wake up tomorrow and say, I can keep my house, I can keep my car, I can keep everything that I have, and I have food, and I can decide to do whatever I want. There won't be any more baristas working in Starbucks after the Grand Awakening completely takes over the globe and after the solar flash. You think anyone's going to want to make coffee? Probably not. There's going to be all these pop-ups all over the globe. People will be making gardens. It'll all be about making your own garden. And all those farmers that have been shut down will be again making their farms, building their farms, growing their gardens. And we're all going to be growing our gardens, and we're going to be living out there in the elements, and we're going to be enjoying the world, the beautiful world that we have here. It's not going to be 2 weeks of a vacation a year. Every day is going to be a vacation, and they're going to get rid of the IRS. We're not going to be paying taxes anymore. What is it? Jasar, whatever that is called. Hey, Ian, thanks for joining us. I know it's been a quiet morning, Ian. I was like, where is everyone? And are they in the Matrix? Are they in the Matrix working? I know I changed up my schedule. So Ian's coming from Liverpool, England. Well, thank you. Thanks for liking the video, whoever has. Let me tell you, Ian, I slept 10 hours last night. I was tired yesterday. I'm getting beat down. But here I am rising up again. I'm rising up, and we're all going to rise up. We are having a grassroots awakening. Yes, we are. Yes. And so do I remember my dreams? Yeah, not so much. If I don't remember, write them down when I wake up, because I have a dream journal, I forget them. So we must begin to feel the truth within ourselves. So what is a grassroots awakening exactly? Well, grassroots means it's the basic level of movement. It's the beginning. So we are at the beginning. We are at the front of the line, and everyone is coming behind us, because you know what? We are here to awaken the masses. We are here to be there for them. We're helping them. I can't remember my dreams. I try to. Well, just ask yourself before you go to sleep, tomorrow I'd like to remember my dreams. It's okay if I remember my dreams. It's okay if I don't remember my dreams. And you will remember your dreams. You will. It happens within a week or two if you do that. And maybe you're blocking yourself from remembering your dreams. So you might be so exhausted that you can't remember. So this basic level of movement that we are all in this very moment, it's very exciting. And you can see as some of these systems drop down, you're going to see more and more. Let's go through some of the signs. You're going to see glitches in the matrix. You're going to see some of these leaders becoming ill or sick, or they pass away. You're going to see less of the truth coming on to the media. We're going to see more and more of that. You're going to say, well, wait, didn't that happen? And then I'm not seeing it. You're going to hear more about the black hats and the white hats, the secret government, the underground system, these tunnels that have been reaching across the globe. We'll be hearing more disclosure. More and more every day is going to come out. And you're going to see less and less negativity. Hey, music, thanks for joining us from Canada. Hello. Thanks for joining us. I know, I'm shuffling around my schedule, but I'm going to be back tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And I'm really excited. And I'm very grateful for anyone who's joining us. Please like the video so everyone else can find us. Because we are together. We are together here. My thoughts are powerful and your thoughts are powerful, and they carry a charged impulse. And you don't realize that when you go out into the public, you go out into this physical reality that we're living in, you don't realize that your thoughts, as you're thinking, if they're positive, everyone out there is receiving them. And they don't necessarily have to be on the same vibration, the same frequency as you. They're receiving something. They're knowing, oh, that person's full of light, or that person's positive. It comes through. This new civilization is about value. We are valuable. Each one of us are very valuable. Our organic, natural DNA is super valuable. And evil knows that. They know if they harm us and they insert us with something medical, they know that takes away our power. Maybe it dulls us down. Maybe it weakens our immune system. So be aware. So value is not in money. Value is not in wealth or your job or your status or your possessions and all the stuff that I have. I'm so valuable. Service to self, me. All my stuff makes me valuable. Ha! Heck no, that's ridiculous. What makes you valuable is all of your organic characteristics. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, your emotions, all of your clear senses, your mind, your heart, your spirit. That's what makes you valuable. It's not about your wealth. Your DNA is your wealth. Money is not your wealth. So each one of us has extraordinary abilities, and we're far more worthy than we realized. We are sacred beings of light. And as we awaken more and more of our personality comes online, and we are the grassroots awakening right here, where the basic level of movement going on, we will realize more and more. And we just accept it. It's about accepting who you are. It's not giving away your power. Now, I'm not saying every day you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm full of energy. I want to do so much. You might wake up and you're exhausted. You might feel a little lost, confused. You might have some sadness within you. What plays into that? What plays into that are the other beings that you're around. Be sure, if you're not feeling well, to stay away from anyone who's too much drama, too much toxic. If someone's constantly going on and saying negative stuff about others, just know that that's going to take you down a little bit more if you're not feeling great. You might be someone that's really empathic and you're affected by, the moon. If there's a full moon, if the weather's not great. But I'm suggesting, even if you're not feeling great, to get out into nature, Just spend time next to a strong, healthy tree, and that grounds you in the earth. Maybe grab your knees, imagine your feet firmly planted in the earth's surface. I'm a tree hugger. I'm all about nature. Whether it's raining, whether it's cloudy, whether it's sunny, whether it's snowing, and I can't wait for the first snowfall here in New York. I'm excited. And I want to say, if you sense that it's difficult for you to find like-minded individuals in your community, surrounding wherever you live, if you find as though it's very difficult to find those beings, it's because you were planted, you were incarnated in a location to actually bring light into that location. You are a light worker. You are a star seed. You are a star seed. So here you are. You might just very well be a star seed. So the star seeds and the light workers were awakened first. We are here to help. We are here to help guide everyone out there who hasn't awakened yet. And so you might be receiving your DNA activation. You might have those ascension symptoms. And you know what? It's exhausting for us. I'm exhausted. Yesterday I was exhausted. Hey, Joe Hollywood, thanks for joining us. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Wow, across the board. Joe Hollywood, where's your name on here? I always like to find everyone's name. My goodness, where is Joe Hollywood's name? Boulder, Colorado. Yay. Hello. So we have Joe Hollywood. We have Ian from Liverpool. We have me. I'm here. We have music coming from Canada. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So today I've covered the digital walkout. Keep your cash. Keep that cash. We don't want to give into this digital. We want to go with natural, organic. And that's more powerful. Hey, Angie, thanks for joining us. It's really exhausting. It's tough feeling like I have to be silent just to spend time with my family. I'm the same way, although I do put little comments in there, and then I hear, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I hear that from my family. Oh, that's so crazy. My lottery luck just ran out as I started to invest in crypto. Oh, really? What does that even mean? Hey, T, Grand Rising from Detroit. Anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe. Wow, we have Detroit. We have Liverpool. We have Angie coming from Georgia. Angie, I'm missing you, Angie. We have to have a conversation on the phone. I know your daughter was visiting, and you inspire me. Angie is a chef. Hey, James Hadaway. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. James Hadaway is coming from Scotland. Wow, we have the globe today. And I was just mentioning that each of us were incarnated in this certain location because we are supposed to be shifting away darkness in our community, being that light, that light in that community that you're living in. We are here because in this certain location, because we're strong enough and we are the star seeds and we're here to spread light. And, if we were all in just one location, what would happen to the rest of the globe? So James Hadaway, namaste to you. Be inspiration of all things, even negative, even heavy, even impossible. Okay, good for you. Even. I was saying earlier, I said, what was I saying? I said something that was similar to what you say. Okay, I said, it's their choice to be living in the matrix. Fear keeps them. Addiction keeps them. Needing to be liked keeps them. So I was doing kind of the similar thing. So even heavy, even impossible, because creativity is a gift, just as silence, because ego desires to dominate, but without enlightenment. Good for you. Well, thanks for sharing that, Joe Hollywood. I think it means that my investment will be good luck. Okay, well, good thinking for you. And I want to remind you that you can look at Angie Tillman, her channel, and she shares her personal stories, and she's on YouTube as well, and she shares all of her cooking skills, and she has her own business, and she has pickles, her pickle business. So this grassroots awakening, which is what we all are right now, everyone here who's joining us, hello, thank you for joining us. We are a grassroots awakening, okay? So we are transforming the masses. We are transforming. We are right here. Every single video that I do, I'm reaching out to more and more individuals. More and more are seeing this, and they are knowing it's not about me. It's about you. It's about all of us. It's about oneness, collective consciousness. It's about, going to a place of divine energy, speaking of divine truths. So transformation, the new world consciousness, the grand awakening, that's what we are basically experiencing right now. It's very exciting. Our DNA is our wealth. Each one of us has extraordinary abilities, far more worthy than we realize. As the population wakes up, suddenly aware of the truth, we must be there for them. We must be them. We can't say, oh, well, you said something mean to me. You were towards this medical procedures. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. You're going to break my heart. You can't do that. You have to be there for them because they had some kind of trauma. Maybe they were possessed by evil. You have to give everyone love, 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 love. You can't hurt any more beings out there. So promise me that you're going to protect those that are weak or those that have just awakened. We have to be there for them. We are strong and we have to give them our strength and share that with them. So we have to share with them what we know, the reality that we see, because they believed. They wanted to believe. So our destiny is what's within us, our desires, but our destiny is here in this moment. You are here and you've been here to help the masses. That's why you were born, incarnated on this earth. You are here in this moment. Okay? Angie Tillman, bloom where you are planted. Yes, it is hard to be planted in an area where you feel alone and different, but that's exactly what we have been placed. So we've been placed, yes, to bloom, exactly. So now if you've awakened, okay, you probably have observed patterns in your life and you've noticed your own behavior. Have you realized you know what, maybe that wasn't a good idea and I'm going to change it up a little bit. Are you experiencing changing your energetic pattern? When I do this, I say your energetic pattern. Your energetic pattern is, where do you fluctuate? Where are you going every day? Who are you spending time with? What are you doing? And if you want to shift your energetic pattern, if you want to get out of, if you want to create a new reality, you want to achieve your destiny, you're going to have to break free from your energetic pattern. You can't be thinking all the same things, doing all the same things, having all the same experiences every single day over and over again and expecting a different result. It won't happen. You have to break free of your energetic pattern, which means maybe you travel to work, to your job in the matrix a different way. Maybe you spend time with different individuals. Now, are you feeling a sense of connection? Then you've awakened because you're connecting to us, to everyone in this community, to everyone who's awakened. Maybe you've had a mystical experience, a mystical awakening through meditation, through spending time in nature, having deep breathing exercises, a visualization. Or you could have done what I did, which was I was drawn to those who are intuitive. I was drawn to those who are empathic. And the more time you spend with those beings, those individuals who have those abilities, the more it's going to kind of come onto you. It's going to shed onto you. You're going to become more of that. Just like when I'm speaking of this is probably giving more emphasis to whatever abilities you have within you. Now, if you're drawn to this, you have a natural affinity for intuitive abilities. So have you let go of attachments? Have you let go? Have you just broken free from all of this, mind control, all of this thinking, this thinking that we were taught, these ideas and beliefs? Have you broken free from that? And you've kind of questioned and said, you know what? I don't know right now. I'm going to give it some more time and consider that might be not the best for me. You have to tune into your heart. When you tune into your heart and your own belief system, your own ideas, you become more creative. The deception, perception, and alter ego, yes. And the more that we realize that there's other belief systems out there, we really have to kind of shake ourselves up. And in the last few days, I said to myself, when exactly did I awaken? When did I kind of start to have doubt? And you know when it was? I believe that it was over a year ago when I fully awakened. And it was probably 2 years ago when they were trying to force us into this medical treatment. And I said, that's not going to be good for everyone, is it? And I started to question the leaders. When you start to question the leaders and you start to question the masses, what are the masses doing? And you say, you know what? I don't think I want to do that. That looks like it's not going to be a good idea. And they're all walking together in line. They're like, come with us. That person over there, that one person over there, they know everything that's good for you. I start to say, how can that one person at the head of the line, how do they know what's good for me? They don't even know me. That's kind of silly, isn't it? And so I start to say, what's good for me? And that's what we have to say, what's good for me? When you begin to find inner peace and you feel as though, you know what? I'm okay just in solitude. I'm okay with quiet. I'm okay with shutting down the electronics. I don't have to travel in packs of people. I don't need to be part of an organization or a group, because guess what? When you're part of one of those organizations or groups, you have to follow whatever they're doing. We can look and think regretfully and upset higher aspects, the subconscious, and we can choose to be grateful in the refreshed, discovered. And that brings on, I would like to mention, pay attention to signs, messages. There are stages of everything. There's processes, there's steps, and there's moments. Now, everything wasn't controlled in 1 second. There was someone who decided this is how it should be, and then that person got other people on board with their thinking or their beliefs. So it wasn't overnight. We weren't controlled and dominated overnight. It was a process. There were steps. Let's look back to all these steps and let's realize this so that in the future that we don't let this happen again, because we are creating this new civilization, this grassroots awakening. And with this grassroots awakening, we realize that we are starting with a new belief system. See how it's a process? And we don't want this negativity to happen to us again. We don't want this takeover. We don't want some mole coming in or some bot coming in and taking away our power. We are getting our power back because we choose to. We choose to. So let's increase our intuition. We're going to get into clairsenses in a few minutes, our clair abilities, our psychic phenomenon. And let's experience synchronicity. Now, how are you going to experience synchronicity? I mean, it's very simple. When you come from a place of authenticity, when you tune into your heart, maybe make a list, like I said, your 5 authentic, I'm messing with this. Your 5 humongous goals and your 3 authentic characteristics that you have within you. If you define those, you ground yourself, You live in the moment. You decide what your destiny is. Now, your destiny might not be one goal for the rest of your life. You might change your destiny idea. I mean, I have one destiny that I'm reaching towards, that I'm quantum leaping towards. If you could imagine your destiny right here in the palm of my hands, or you put your hands out there and you imagine it right here, you visualize what it is. What is that destiny? Is it something you would like to do? A place you would like to go? Someone you would like to be? Maybe it's about changing who you are, becoming, I don't know, more confident, more patient. Maybe it's a destination, whatever it is. That's personal. All of this is personal. When we begin, I'm stumbling. When we begin to address and accept everything within us, then we will become more awakened. We will have more power, and we will be able to spread more light. So James says we can look and think regretfully or upset higher aspects with subconscious and choose to be grateful for being refreshed to discover new possibilities. Did I read that already? I think I did. I read it twice. Whoa, Mary, what's going on? So when I say experiencing synchronicities, what exactly is that? When you realize what your destiny is and you realize who you are, not only will it resonate within you and you will say, oh, I have some good intentions. And a good intention is a commitment to do your best. When you know exactly what your purpose is and you have a plan, you will receive synchronicity, which is simultaneous occurrences of events which appear related but have no discerning causal connection. In other words, events will happen that have nothing to do with each other, but you can't help but notice. In other words, if you decide, I'm going to be a songwriter, I'm going to write songs, and maybe you don't tell anyone, maybe you write it down, but you make some kind of a commitment. Maybe it's written down, maybe you're saying it, maybe you're thinking about it, maybe you start to research it, and you drive out, you leave your home, and you go to a store, and you're just you're looking at the cheese or the butter, and you're standing there, and all of a sudden, two individuals walk by you, and they're talking about songwriting, or they're singing a song that you like, or something. That is synchronicity. It's basically giving you validation. It's a sign. It's a message to you that you're on the right path. Each of us have our own path for ourselves. And that's why I say it's a much stronger place to come from being a rebel than being a conformist. You're not going to reach your destiny by conforming with the masses. And by the way, it will take 30 to 40 years to reach it. We can quantum leap to our destiny. If we allow ourselves to be our truest self, if we give ourselves permission, we accept ourselves, we have a willingness. We allow it. And that's how we're going to come to a place of more happiness, of more personal happiness, of more serenity. And I'm going to say again, what are your 3 authentic characteristics that make you who you are? What are they? Maybe you have the most beautiful brown eyes. Maybe you're amazing at running. You have to acknowledge that. Because when you're feeling down, if you woke up this morning and you said, I really don't feel well, or I'm overwhelmed, or I'm just stressed, or I know that this event is coming up in my life and how am I going to handle it? You're going to remind yourself, and it's going to give you more personal power. You're going to say, I am this, I am this, I am this. And you're going to have more patience. And you're going to remind yourself that you have so much power within you. You are strong. You are a beautiful being of light. You're a sacred being of light. You're highly advanced. Boy, James Hadaway is just running through the chat, isn't he? What is he writing? We can look and think regretfully or upset higher aspects. Okay, no, I read that. Spiritual understanding and disciplined mindfulness can take a long time, but it is worth it to leave Old way. Yes, let's leave the old way. Let's leave the dark forces. And so let's tune inward. If we want to create this physical reality, we have to change what's going on inside of us to change the outside of the world. As the veil is removed from the matrix and we see all the truths and we have all these disclosures coming forward and we realize that there is evil, it's a spiritual war. This is the third world war. It's not with weapons. It's with our souls, our spirits. It's spiritual. It is an apocalypse. It is the removal of one civilization for another. And if you sense that part of you is collapsing, it must collapse for a new version of you to rise up. And maybe it comes through, and like for me, appliances break or things don't work anymore. And I don't say, oh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. I say, oh, that's a sign, because I believe everything's a sign. There's a sign of things changing. And you will see that out in the physical reality. And you know what? It's going to be a process, but before you know it, everyone's just going to have a different perspective. Hey, Angie, it's the unveiling of the truth. Truth seekers are free. Yes, we are free now. We are no longer considered conspiracy theorists. We are truth seekers. I always loved a good mystery. Didn't you? Didn't you love a good mystery? Because I like to see everything out there. And if someone says this happened, I say I have to see it with my own eyes. Joe Hollywood, our choice is to be loved and wisdom, James says, and not the same as what we are told we should be. Yes. Why am I the only one of a small percentage of people within the alternative beliefs community waking up to the current events and financials? Because people are in denial. Because it's much easier to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to be complacent. I'm just going to wait for everyone else to figure it out. I'm going to go back to sleep. That's what all of us did for many, many years. We didn't wake up. We are only all just really waking up in the last few years. I mean, maybe you had a spiritual awakening and you saw light like I did, and you knew of angels, and you could see, you had a third eye activation, but we weren't really realizing all the truths out there because none of it was showing itself. The fact that evil, the cabal, is trying to have this quick changeover to digital and to eating bugs and having nothing and claiming it's climate control and there's not enough food for everyone. There's plenty of food. Have you looked in the grocery stores? They're burning food factories. They're telling farmers you can't be farmers anymore. They're buying up, Bill Gates buys up all the land in the United States. And why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Because I think he's going to say you can't farm there. So all of that small percentage of these evil, we're going to tell them to pack it. Go get lost. We're saying no to that. We're saying pack it up. We're dumping them. That's not even 1% of the global population. There's more of us than them. We can say no. We've hit the 1 hour, which means we don't have to do anything. We choose to do psychic phenomenon. And I also want to say, if you're feeling more compassion for others and you have no more fear of death, then you've probably awakened. So welcome to the fifth dimension. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. And I'll be back again tomorrow at 7 p.m. For many years, going in circles with self-sabotage, relapse of addiction. Martha and Tom, these are some new ones. Hello, Martha and Tom. Hello. So everyone, Angie and Joe Hollywood and James Hadaway and Ian. Guess what? We have a new follower, Martha and Tom. Wow. And they're Italian. My daughter's Italian. How do you say your last name? Gula Matetti. Good for you. Martha, here, and Tom isn't a truth seeker. Oh, he's not? He's going to wake up. Tom's going to wake up. Welcome, Martha. Yay, now I definitely have to get a new piece of paper. Well, welcome to the fifth dimension. I'm Mary Amy, and you've ascended from the third dimension. Do you have 1 foot in the fifth and 1 foot in the third? Are you in the fourth? Well, guess what? Every single day, you're going to have more of your DNA come online, more light codes will come through. Okay, let's see. This is how you say it. Lamenti. I'll just call you Martha because I butcher names. I had a learning disability. Okay, let's see. Martha and Tom. I love that. Well, thank you. Where are you coming from? Everyone shares where they're coming from. I'm in New York. So, how did you find me, Martha? So, Martha, we were just covering Grassroots Awakening. I don't know if you heard that in the last fight left, because this is the last fight because the Matrix is in the dumpster. It's the finale. It's super exciting, and we're living through it. And we're going to protect the weak, and we're going to love ourselves. We're going to have more compassion. Anyone that you've harmed, let's ask for forgiveness. And if you want to ask to be forgiven, we're letting go of the totalitarian governments. We are not going to be squashed like a bug anymore. We are rising up. So Twitter, you found me on Twitter. Connecticut. Okay, great. So you're not far from me. I'm in New York. Well, that depends on where in Connecticut, but you're probably close by. So Roman Catholic survivor, let go of that crap. Okay, so I was raised Roman Catholic, and so what I believe in God, the Virgin Mary, I believe in angels, and I believe in protecting those who are weak, and so I am a truth seeker. And here we are together and loving each other, and we're going to come out of our homes and have peace on earth and hug each other. And, I say, leave the bad and keep the good. That's what I say. Leave the bad and keep the good, because every experience that we have is a lesson. Now, maybe you say you love someone and then you can't stand them anymore. So you leave the bad and you take the good. I mean, there shouldn't be a time limit on love. We shouldn't say, oh, well, time's up because I didn't like what you did or said. Let's hope that we can love forever. We are having issues with our produce supply lately to my food biz. Just today, my husband, who is not awake, said, I'm tired of all this. I hope it's the first step in the start. Good. So you're finding some like-minded beings. There you go. And I'm here for you. Okay, so we're removing the fear of debt. We're getting on to psychic phenomenon. We're running a little behind schedule on the psychic phenomenon, but we found each other, and that's what's important. So you have to have flexibility. I have a lot of flexibility because I know, what do I know? I'm just guessing half the time. Christ consciousness, exactly. Yes, Christ consciousness, being the best that you can be a strong warrior to help the humanity. Yes, I agree with you, Martha. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. So Martha, what we normally do is when we hit the 1 hour mark, and we're 13 minutes late because we did have a slow start. I don't know where all you awakened beings were, but I was here. And so we go on to psychic phenomenon because that's where the world is headed, into telepathy, extrasensory perception. Now, we all have a knowing within us. We have the ability to tune into our senses. We have the ability to have a knowing from an outside source that we're receiving information. There's the receiver and the sender. And we have this ability, or these abilities. You can master at least one clairsense. Maybe it's clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsustenance, clairgustance, claircognizance, clairempathy. And so we have our senses, our hearing, our taste, our smell, our sight, our third eye sight, our feeling, our touch. We can master at least one of these, which means we are capable of receiving information, data that comes through as impressions. So an impression might be, well, it is a charged impulse, it's a feeling and emotion that comes through. Maybe it comes through as a sound. You're hearing a voice from another source. You sense it's real. Maybe it's coming through as a visual, a mental picture that you see, and that's clairvoyance. Maybe you're connecting to another realm, a being that has passed. You're a channeler or you're a medium. You can tune into, like they did in the old days, the gypsies did, like they did during a seance, the women who wore the scarves. I sometimes wear a scarf, and they tune in and they say, okay, Uncle Ed is talking to me, or they take on the mannerisms. If you're a channeler, there's some famous channelers and they take on the mannerisms of whoever they're channeling and their voice and their speech pattern. That might be what your ability is. Now, all of this is personal. There's not going to be any proof. You're going to have to trust that it's real. You're going to take away any doubt. And that's how we're operating here. But it's possible because in the future of this globe, we are learning that we will be speaking telepathically, because when all of us become awakened and all of our physical vessels fill with light, we're transitioning, we're transforming, we are evolving from carbon-based to crystalline light. And you might be experiencing some ascension symptoms. Maybe your food, maybe what you're eating, you can't tolerate certain foods anymore, or you're getting up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. without an alarm clock. You might be having some very interesting, kooky, crazy dreams or astral projection when you're sleeping. You might be battling. You might be a warrior in your sleep and you're battling evil. Many things can happen to you during your ascension. You might be waking up and you might have some kind of ringing in the ears or vibrating in your legs, little headaches here and there. There's a lot that can happen. And also, you might be feeling a little disarmed because your personality is shifting. You lose your identity. All of this is possible. The other night, I was outside looking up to the night sky, but my son's light was on outside of his door, apartment above garage. I said, I wish that was off. And suddenly he got up and turned it off. There you go. Telepathically, you sent that information. That happens to me all the time. Or you might be given a message. So we will begin as we practice, and we're practicing our telepathic skills, our clair senses. We will be receiving premonitions, and it's going to come in a flash. And you can disregard it and say, like I will get a flash, and then one of my friends comes over and they say exactly what I should have paid attention to. And I say, oh, wow, here's another message about this. I really need to pay attention. So this is called thought transference. You're the sender, there's a receiver, or vice versa. Sender to you and you're the receiver. Now, we've spoken in the past about little exercises that you may do on your own, not here with me, obviously. And that may come in the form of you ask a friend who also is in this mindset as you, and you say, can you send me some information at a given time? And you have synchronized a time and a day, and you say, okay, this evening at 7:30, wherever you are, have my picture in front of you and recite something about your day. And at that given moment, at 7:30 that evening, you sit down with a piece of paper and you start writing whatever impressions you receive telepathically. And I'm reminding you, you must go through all these steps, which is you relax, you imagine yourself a rag doll, which will do all these. You drop down into your senses and you let go of any doubt. And let's see what you receive. You can do that long distance. You can do that with the person in front of you, one of your friends in front of you, and they're sending you information. You can do it between you. You can do what's called a, you can do what's called, what was I going to say? There was one other thing. Oh, you can do one of these. You can do one of these exercises where you imagine. This is very simple. This is what, when I began to do this, breathing exercises and meditations. Yes, Zen chants. I agree with you, James. You can also imagine, this is a really simple one. Just imagine stretching yourself all the way to the moon or out into the solar system. And you're just imagining your whole torso, leaving your legs here, imagining your whole torso stretching out. So you're closing your eyes. It's about stretching your senses. So you're stretching. It's also about stretching and expanding your mind. You know, we are expanding our consciousness. Okay, so let's do one of our Claire exercises. We're going to let out a breath. I know we're running late today and I apologize, but you know what? Whatever's meant to be. Oh, also, maybe we're going to say, do token object reading, which is what psychics do for, you know, an investigator contacts them and says, here, someone's lost, someone's mysteriously disappeared, and they give you an object. And you can do this on your own, psychometry. It's called token object reading. And you take someone, it has to be a stranger though. So I don't know how you're going to get a stranger's belonging, but hey, you never know. And maybe you're out and you say, hey, I'm a psychic. I can read your stuff. I can read who you are. And you take their object. Now you take away all your thoughts and you do all the steps and you tune in and you see what impressions you receive. And when I say take away your thoughts when you're doing these activities, these exercises, it's because our thoughts are programmed. Our thoughts are going to be based on our experiences. Our thoughts are going to be based on our beliefs. When you are tuning in or receiving information from an outside source, it's completely lacking your belief system. It's another belief system. It's another idea. And the more you do this, the more you'll be able to do this. And throughout your day, you might have flashes of information that comes through. Okay, so here we're going to do this. Okay, so I always do this because I'm stiff. So anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So we're releasing any anxiety that we have within us. We're letting out a breath. We're just feeling like we're a rag doll. We're just letting go of anything. Yes, happened to me in February 2020. COVID, knew there was some wrong levels, and I'm happy. Okay, so Martha, we're going to do psychic phenomenon right now. So we're going to let go. We are letting go of any tension within our body. If you have to open and close your hands, let out a breath, talk it out, because we don't want to be holding any tension in our body. Maybe try to go deeply breathing. So we're letting go of any tension. We're letting go of any attachments, any thoughts prior to this moment. We're sending away any thoughts that we have within our mind. We don't care. And now we're surrendering to our senses. We're dropping down. We're making physical contact into our senses. We are having focus and concentration, and we're releasing any doubt that we can do this. And we're going to do a quick sense check. We're going to check our sense of hearing right now. Any of you who haven't done this before, we're just tuning into any sounds within the physical reality we're in this moment, this space. So for me, I'll give you an example. I'm listening to any sounds within my home. I hear appliances. I hear water outside the window. I hear cars on the road. And so we're expanding our awareness. We're accepting the knowing. And we're accepting anything that we can hear in this space. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute, and we're going to listen in the space, and then beyond the walls of wherever you are. So we were going to do this together. So let's do this. This is how we realize who we are. Now you may receive an impression. Now I'm reminding you, dropping down into your senses, you're releasing any negativity or any thoughts, any doubt, and you're making physical contact, and we're checking our sense of hearing right now. How far can we hear? Can we hear beyond our homes or your office or wherever you are? And what do you hear? Are you receiving any impressions? I'm receiving an impression right now that's trying to come through. I received something black and white. It's an animal? I saw an animal, some kind of animal. Let me see. It's actually a cartoon character of an animal that's black and white. So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe that's going to come through later in my day. Okay, so now let's just check. So we're going to make sure that we're connecting to our third eye, our sense of smell, our sense of taste, our sense of touch, and our feeling. Okay, so we've now dropped down and we're going to tune into one of our psychic, one of our intuitive clairsenses, and I'm going to give the suggestion. And the suggestion today is tomorrow you are going to wake up. Tomorrow morning, it's December 8th, Thursday in the Matrix work week. And you're going to drop down, and I don't know what impression you're going to receive. You are going to wake up with joy in your heart. So you're going to go to the feeling of joy in your heart, and you're going to project it to tomorrow, December 8th, Thursday. So we're time traveling to tomorrow, and let's see what impressions we receive. So you can tune into your clairsense of hearing, sight, taste, smell, feeling, or touch. And I'm going to turn into sight, my sense of touch right now. So it's tomorrow morning. You've dropped down into your clairsenses. You've released any doubt, physical contact, surrendered to your clairsenses. And I'm going with, so it's tomorrow morning, December 8th, and I'm going to be quiet, and let's see if you receive any impressions. So I'm receiving a voice. So it's someone's thoughts. I realize that this is not someone speaking to me. This is someone's thoughts. And they are questioning me. And I'm asking, and it's funny because it's the opposite of joy. So I'm imagining joy in my heart. It's tomorrow, December 8th. Tomorrow morning, I'm waking up. Now I'm realizing I'm outside. I see grass. So I'm wondering right now if I'm waking up, if it's something that I've done out in the community or either on social media that someone is not liking what I've written, but I'm actually waking up with joy in my heart. So I don't know. That's kind of strange, isn't it? Okay, I don't know if you received anything that was not easy for me to do, and because you're kind of pushing thoughts away, and it's difficult to push thoughts away. So let's do the bowl of light before we go because we've hit the 1.5 hour. So Angie, I'll lift up your fruit deliveries to occur. That's nice. Grateful to have the sun and the earth, even the sky is gray at first in the morning. Okay, so we're rubbing our hands together and we're going to, anyone who's joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So we're rubbing our hands together because we're doing the bowl of light and we are, taking our hands apart and hopefully you have vibration on your hands. Hey, Amana, thanks for joining us. And so we are creating this ball of light, which is energy on the earth. We're bringing light into our physical reality. Hey, Elsa, my little Havanese is over there on the couch as usual. She's the co-host. So when we create a ball of light, we are also tuning into our psychic ability because we are creating something physically that isn't existing before, and we are capable of bringing more consciousness onto the earth, more light, more energy. And it's also helping us to have more concentration and focus. Now, we know in the past that it's been a teleportation device. I've connected to spirits. So let's see what happens today. So everyone who's holding a bowl of light, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do all of the senses, and then I'm going to make a suggestion. We're going to drop down. We're going to have relaxation. And make sure you release any breath if you have to talk it out. And you are going to have a knowing, and you are going to accept whatever information is being transferred to you. Any thought transference, any abilities, any impressions, signs, symbols, messages, voices, tones. It could be music. It could be you see something remotely. If you choose to close your eyes, I keep mine open during the ball of light. It's entirely up to you because I'm looking through my third eye. Okay, so we're dropping down into our senses. Now, are you feeling vibration on your hands? You should still be feeling vibration on your hands. And in the past, I saw in my third eye Archangel Michael. So we are going to drop down into our senses, surrender to our senses, clear senses. We are accepting whatever information comes forward. Okay, so now I'd like you to tune into one of your clear senses, your hearing, your taste, your smell, your feeling, your knowing, whatever it is. And I'm going to make this suggestion that you have the ball of light and you are outside. You're outside holding the ball of light. I'm not going to give a specific date or time, but you're holding the ball of light and you're outside. Now that might take you to another location. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to be quiet. And if any thoughts drop down, you're going to send them away. You're just going to go tune into your clear senses. So you're outside holding your ball of light. So I realized for me, I'm going to share what I'm experiencing. I hadn't chosen the location. All of a sudden it came to me, I'm on the beach. And then I realized I'm on the beach holding the bowl of light and it's snowing and there's ice. And I'm actually on the beach when it's snowing, which I've done in the past. So this must be in the future. This is something I'm going to be doing. It's going to the beach in the future. Let's just see. I'm going to tune in and see if there's anyone else with me on the beach in the future. And can they see me? Okay, so I looked down and I saw I'm wearing my snow boots and I could see the ice. I'm stomping in through there's a film of like a layer of ice on top of the snow. So it isn't the first snowfall. This is after it's been cold. This is in the winter time, sometime in the winter time. And so I'm stepping down and I can hear the crunching as my boots go through the snow and the ice. And then there's a couple that's walking towards me and they are talking and they are taking a video. They do not see me, so it's remote. So it's remote. This is considered remote viewing in the future. Let's see if I see anything else. Oh, I do see some birds flying, like some seagulls. And I've decided to sit down with the ball of light. Okay, so I realized what time of day it is. So it is, let's see, I see that the sun is, so this is sunset. The sun is setting. It's not the morning, it's the evening, because I know in this particular location where the sun sets and where it rises. So it's the evening. So interesting. That's what happened to me today. And I'm putting my hands together. And anyone who's joining us, I appreciate you joining us. And I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I've been doing the 7 p.m. I'll be back again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And I hope that this was worthy for you. And today we covered digital walkout, keep your cash, electronic technology that stores and processes data. It's physical communication. And when we have this digital stuff, there's no real customer service. And with a flip of a switch, they're going to be able to take away any of your wealth, any of your money. So let's keep cash. Let's keep cash. Let's keep cash. Okay, that's what my message is. I'm making that suggestion because with no physical payment, eventually what happens? If someone out there doesn't like something you said or did, they might be able to take away whatever you own. And there's also coming out digital IDs, which is an electronic version of you. And you pay, sometimes you pay with your card. Again, what if they decide to take away your money? You have no physical proof anymore. It's just a number in a computer. That's one thing we covered. And then we also covered the last fight left, which this is the finale. Okay, it's the last stand defending the divine radiance against evil, satanic cabal forces, the fake leaders, the contrived media outlets, the farmer. Is it doomsday? Is it havoc? Is it devastation? That's fear. Let go of fear. Let go of all fear. And then, of course, the grassroots awakening we spoke of. So everyone who's joined me, thank you for being here today on this Wednesday, and I'm spinning light and you're in the center of it and you make a wish. So thank you everyone who joined us today. You make a wish. I'm spinning light. And yes, James, I'm grateful for the sun and the earth. I'm spinning light right now. I'm consciously spinning light around this community. And you're in the center of it. So everyone have a wonderful day. I'll be back again tomorrow. Be well, sending you love and light. And you're a worthy being of light. Bye.